This is probably the first time that anybody at Rite Aid's been happy in a long time.
This story is wild.
Yeah, I mean, shit's getting wilder. Yeah, you see these headlines pop up, and I don't really click on them. I've been to San Francisco. It's like, yeah, it's San Francisco,
Yeah.
but you've been seeing more and more of this, and then every once in a while, like people in Chicago will send me a link to some video where there's one or two places where they just like ran in the store and they busted out all the glass and then they like stole all the shit and then ran out. Um, like I've been seeing more of that stuff come across my text message lately, and it sounds like, and I didn't read this article, so I don't know, but um, I'm
Although,
just I'm getting sidetracked right now. There's this thing on the side of the screen that says we removed 1.5 billion fake accounts, and what the fuck is that?
yeah, what an
all
ad.
right, all right. So there's only like 200 million real accounts on Facebook. Like what?
That's so true. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Anyways, um,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I don't know. I've been getting text messages and that stuff, and then this pops up, and it's like, it seems like this is going on a lot more.
Yeah. So, I mean, the premise of the article is that Walgreens has had to close five stores because, I mean, they keep getting broken into. The theft rates in San Francisco are up five times the national average. Um, I well, many questions go through my mind, which is why Walgreens, and then the second one is it looks like this is actually like organized crime. So, like, man, there's so many questions.
Yeah, so this isn't the whole concept of I'm going in and stealing some shit to get bread, um, to feed my family. It's we're just stealing shit to make money.
Yeah.
And, and if you talk to people that worked in like loss prevention for large companies like Target and that type of stuff, they'll talk about how there's these like organized groups of people and the amount of damage they can do stealing clothes and anything really. It's tremendous. It's I think a store comes like $1 million with the inventory in the year easy, um, from Best Buy to Target to Costco, but it's usually a group, and you can call them organized, whatever you want to call it, but it's not like one person going in and they're not trying to grab a 55-inch TV and like they're not trying to sprint out the door with it.
Yeah.
Um, I would like to see someone try that. It could be entertaining.
Yeah.
Um, kind of like the illegal version of Black Friday, but um, I can see where it's like they're working in groups. That's the videos that I had people send me. It's like five, six, seven people rush a store and they just smash shit out and they start filling their bags up and then they all run out. But they're stealing like luxury goods.
Hmm.
I mean, shit. If you went in, you could probably steal a bunch of those like Gillette razors. I remember in Chicago they had all that shit locked up. Um,
Gillette razors. Yeah.
yeah, because you gotta do like a credit check to get a Gillette. They're so fucking expensive. Like they wouldn't even open the box up if they knew like you couldn't afford it. Like one razor
Yeah.
is like $20 or something. You could easily walk out with like $1,000 worth of razors. Um, screw though, like walking down the street and seeing the guy in the trench coat selling Rolexes. Like I'd open my coat up. Hey man, I got 3 blade Gillette razors.
Yeah.
Because you could probably sell that shit all day. So who knows what what the hell? How much stuff can you steal out of Walgreens and resell? Probably a lot, I guess.
Yeah. Never ending
Um,
supply of like Tylenol.
Maybe think the stuff they use to make meth and shit. I think that's locked up in the back. But I don't know. It's they shut down 5 stores. I mean, what are those stores doing? $1.5 million, 2 million, $2.5 million a year, more.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the shutdown, you get a shutdown over 10 million plus in revenue. It comes down to it sounds like a lot of these cities they don't want to prosecute these people. They set these high limits of $1,000 where you can steal. They're not going to do anything to you. Um, I don't know how this is going to make society better. Okay, it's at a time when you can walk anywhere and get a job right now for $15 an hour.
Yeah.
If you got half a brain and you're a half a decent person, you could probably get 18, $20 an hour. Is there a reason to be stealing anything right now?
Them razor blades are expensive though.
Yeah, well, yeah, order shit from Harry's. Can't you get like blades for like $1 or $1 Shave Club or some
Yeah,
shit? Like,
yeah.
there's always a choice. But tell me there's 20% unemployment and we're in this global depression and there's no jobs. I guess go steal some shit, right? But there's
Yeah.
money everywhere right now. If you need money, you can make money right now. Dude, I saw Burger King that had a sign or some shit that said, we'll pay you the same day.
Yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
So if you need money, you could go work a shift and get paid out right now. But it's just we'd rather go steal shit. And the problem is they think it's free because you're stealing from a corporation. And it's not. Those prices just end up going up.
Yeah.
Like their insurance goes up, their prices go up, and then all the other consumers who are working that they end up burdening the cost, right? So
Yeah.
But here's a thought, and I was going to do this for another episode. They always blame crime on poverty. And I get that because where I grew up, I see a lot of broke ass people, and in my neighborhood where I had family, they weren't always starving though. They wanted things. They were like, they just wanted more stuff in life, so they would steal or they would do illegal shit. So last year crime went up, but I would say middle class and below had access to more money than they probably ever had in a long time because of the unemployment and the stimulus.
Yeah.
But crime still went up. So that should be a great question. That should be concerning. And I have a friend that's got one of those Ring doorbells or some shit.
Yep.
And he says that he gets like a neighborhood alerts.
Yep.
And like progressively every day, there's like more and more break-ins and more thefts. And he lives in a decent area. So now that people were used to having money and you've taken it away from them because unemployment's coming to an end, all the stimulus coming to an end, is there now going to be another spike in crime because people want to maintain that life?
Wow, what a question. Yeah, it's true. You're right. It's hard to take things away once you've had them. That follows the line of thinking that I would have gone with you, James, which is you would assume that this, like you see a headline like this, and then you think, okay, well, maybe it is, poverty driven, or this is the result of inflation and people can't afford things. But maybe it isn't, right? Like maybe it is something else.
Yeah. Again, I'm just going off my own experience. My family's starving.
Yeah.
It's I starved as a kid, but it's because my mom sucked, right? If you had an address and you were living below the poverty level, because I had family members that did this, you could get help. You could get help.
Yeah.
You could get food. You could get food stamps. There was no reason to technically starve. There was a lot of help out there. A lot of people I knew that would do illegal things, allegedly, they just wanted more shit. Allegedly. They just wanted more shit. They just wanted more shit, Ken. They wanted nicer clothes. They wanted a better TV. They wanted some money to go out. It's not that they needed these things. They just wanted these things. And I think that's where there's a lot of government assistance out there between the state and federal levels. The people that really struggle are the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have like a stable address or a home, it's hard to get benefits. Or if you don't have ID or anything like that, then it's a little bit harder to get that stuff. Or it's probably really hard. But if you got 3 kids at home, the state's not going to let them starve, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. So just thought of, I got to steal from Walgreens. I just want to sell that shit so I can go buy myself some more stuff. But I was wondering, now that we pulled the plug at all the free money, are we going to see an even larger uptick in crime?
I feel like you will, right? It almost seems like the inevitable thing.
We're seeing it with more and more of these like very brazen mall robbings. And on top of it, if you got a law system that's not going to prosecute any people for doing this, then it's just going to keep happening over and over and over and over again.
You made a great point earlier, and I think we should just touch on it one last time, James, which is like companies do have an allotment for shrinkage. So how bad does it have to be for Walgreens to close 5 stores because of shoplifting? Wild.
Yeah, I mean they all have a percentage that they account for shrink,
Yeah.
and that's factored into the cost of that location. But it's got to be pretty fucking severe to say we're just shutting this thing down.
Yeah.
Like, because I think the other thing is just no hope. If Walgreens sees that the police and like the district attorneys they're not doing anything, then they're like, "F it, I'm out. We're Walgreens. I don't got to be here." You know what sucks?
Yeah.
Okay, and it hurts the community.
Mm-hmm.
I had family as in Detroit, and when they talked about like food deserts and shit, a lot of times when we went down there, we would bring them stuff because we had a food land or a mire.
Mm.
There wasn't that type of shit down there. There was small stores where you could get like basic groceries and that type of shit. You couldn't get any decent fruit to save your life. Well, most of the time you had to leave the city. Now it's better now, but I'm saying back then they were these food. There was an everything desert, to be honest. If you wanted something, you basically had to leave the city. There's a few restaurants downtown and shit like that, but there's no fucking Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna pull these out of the city, and this is gonna end up hurting the people in the city, which sucks. You lived in the city before. It's like 11 o'clock at night. You don't feel good, and need to like run down to the store to get some medicine or something. And imagine if you got to go like 12 fucking miles to get it.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So some of these people might not even have the means to go that far to get the goddamn stuff. So that's the part that really sucks because it just ends up hurting the community at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What do? It's your Walgreens. You know what's gonna happen? Man, I don't know. You're a little bit younger than me. Service merchandise back in the day, you had this big catalog that came to your house, and they had like everything was kind of in like cases and shit. You walked around the store, but you couldn't buy anything. You found what you wanted and you purchased it, and then it came out through a conveyor belt.
Cool.
And is that what Walgreens is going to come to? It's just they're gonna have to turn these stores on where you can't like walk around and graze. You're gonna have to order through an app or put an order in, pay for it, and it's just gonna be a pickup box. That way, wow. Yeah, you're gonna have to like Fort Knox the fucking Walgreens. That's where society's going, and then you could at least keep the store, open for the community. But you're not going to be able to shop. There's just going to be a warehouse in the back and a conveyor belt.
Wow, that's quite a thought.
Full circle. We're gonna go. We went from service merchandise. We shut it down. We're gonna go right back there because who wants to keep putting up with this?
It's true.
I don't know. That's all I got for this one. I'm just waiting for like when Walgreens and CVS they put them Dove chocolates on sale like 2 for $7.
Yeah,
it's like I stop in to get like a prescription, and it's like I'm trying to cut back on my snacks, and then it's like, oh shit, Dove 2 for $7. And and then you're like, oh wow, they got the dark chocolate with the almonds, and it's like I want like 6 bags, and the person behind the counter is like checking out, and they're like, I understand. Yeah, that's life.
As long as you still got your prescription.
Yeah, it's counterproductive. All right, man. That's it.